Hello and welcome back. In this section, we are going to set up our Anaconda. Now, when you are beginner in Python, then you will get a lot of ways where you can install Python on your machine. You have to then actually go through and download a lot of packages, install it, set the path, and use the command line to perform it. It can be a little overwhelming. I would highly recommend Anaconda to be installed in your machine because it gives out of the box Python development environment and also a lot of tools which will help you to learn Python very easily. So let's go ahead and download our Anaconda. Now when you go to anaconda.org, then you can go into this download section, the top right corner, and it will ask you for a pop-up and basically the browser is not allowing me to get the pop-up, so I will just enable the pop-up and I will again press here. And Anaconda is open source and free, and if you are having a Windows, Mac or a Linux machine, then you will be able to use it. Now you can get the key selling point of Anaconda. It has a high performance distribution, more than 1000 data science packages which are easily installed. It is a package manager and portal to data science. So they are basically portraying Anaconda for all the data science people who are interested to use Python for data science. Now, if I come down here, then I can download the version 3 of the Python, which is 3.6, and version 2 of the Python. Now, for our course of Project Core, we will be going into the version 2.7. So I will hit download. Now, if you are a Windows user, then you need to also take care of which bit your operating system is. So as you can see here, it's asking me where to really save it. So I will pick the Python folder of Spring 2 because we are developing the Spring 2, and I will say save. So what I was saying is, if you are a Windows person, then you need to also understand what bit your operating system is. Is it 32-bit or 64-bit? The information about what bit your computer system can be acquired if you go to My Computer and right click and select the properties. It will be clearly mentioned what is your bit of your operating system, and based on that you can select the Anaconda installation package. Now, as I have already downloaded Anaconda, I will cancel this download for now and I will open up my Anaconda package. Basically, when you are working on Windows machine, it will be an executable file. In my Mac machine, it is basically a package which can be installed. I will double click here. Now, one thing you need to understand is this will be little larger size. My Anaconda installation package is about 588 megabytes. So it will take quite a while to download depending upon your speed of your network. And now when I'm trying to install it, it's going to give me a very simple UI interface to install where I just need to press next and it will be basically installed. So let me quickly walk through. Let me read the instruction manual here. It's basically important information which you should be able to understand. So it's the README part about the Anaconda and details. You can give it a look if you want, and then I will press next. And this is the BSD open source license, which is Berkeley Software Distribution License. And this is the open source license, which we will be actually accepting. And it will then ask us to agree with the license. And I will agree with it. And in a couple of seconds, it will start the installation once we have finalized where we want to keep the installation file of our Anaconda. So basically, we are just selecting our Macintosh disk, and we will be basically selecting any particular folder where we want all of our Python development activities to go for. So basically it's asking me if I want to install Anaconda for just my user, or I can specify in a disk location where other users of this computer can have access to. But for now, I will be only installing it for me. I will hit continue, and then I can change the location of where the default location is set up, which will take me back to the previous step as well. Now, The final thing you need to do here is once you have specified a location of your machine, you need to just install it. It will take a couple of minutes to install because it's basically going to install Python and all of the related package out of the box. So we'll cancel this installation because I have already installed Anaconda in my system. So let's go ahead and open our Anaconda. So in Macintosh machine, I will just press Control Space to fire up my Spotlight search, and I will search Anaconda. So the logo is green and in shape of a circular python, which is the snake we are talking about. And it will take a couple of seconds to open up the Anaconda graphical user interface. And from my experience, it's a little heavy on a computer. So when you're trying to use Anaconda, it's going to use a lot of your memory in your system. If you're having a 16 GB or 8 GB RAM, then you might not really experience major slowdown. But for people who are having 2 GB and 4 GB of RAM, they need to be careful because the initial load time and the time the Anaconda is running, your system will be quite slow. Now I can go ahead and read more about the Anaconda guide here. They are also having a very nice, wonderful documentation. You can try out some of the code here in the Anaconda, and you can also reach to Anaconda for support. Basically, this is the distribution of Anaconda, which is giving Python environment and all the related tools of the box. But Anaconda is basically a cloud provider as well, which you can find out from the home page. So in the home page, they try to also give you Python hosting if you want to have a collaborative development as well. So this is out of the scope for this course, but this is good to understand. So this is the basic background about Anaconda to make this wonderful application provide you with all the packages which you need to set up Python and the related tools for learning it. As you can see, when the Anaconda is fired up in the home itself, you have Jupyter Lab and Notebook. And you have a lot of other tools as well, and I can also download and put more application here. For this course, to make you comfortable with Python, we will be using notebooks. So let's launch it. Once we launch this notebook, your terminal will be fired and it will try to run Jupyter Notebook with the Python environment. As soon as you install Anaconda, you will be having Python within your system. And Jupyter here requires Python. Now, what is basically Jupyter and why we need it? I can just go ahead and do Python programming from myself, but why I need Jupyter? Let's see that in the next section. Hey there, check out UI5CN for awesome hands-on courses on enterprise technologies like SAP and more. To watch similar videos, subscribe to UI5CN YouTube channel.